Okay, now we're going to solve for x when x is inside of a radical. The biggest thing to remember is that whenever we are trying to get rid of a radical, we have to do the opposite. We have to raise it to an exponent. So the opposite of a square root is square. So looking at this first example, the radical is already isolated. So our next step is to get rid of the radical by squaring both sides. Now once we do that, we are left with the 12x that was inside the radical. And 6 squared is 36. Next, I'm going to divide both sides by 12 to cancel out these 12s. And I get x by itself, and it is now equal to 3. Last step can be very important. We are just going to plug in 3 for x and see, does it actually equal 6? So 12 times 3 is 36, and the square root of 36 is 6. It does, in fact, equal. So we have a real solution at 6. Next, we have a fraction that can be kind of scary to some people. First, let's eliminate the radical by squaring both sides. We are not going to touch the inside of that radical. We're just going to copy that x over 2. But 4 squared is going to be 16. Next, I have to get rid of this 2. Now, if x is being divided by 2, I'm going to do the opposite, and I'm going to multiply by 2. When I do that, it will cancel out these 2's. I end up getting x by itself, and it is equal to 16 times 2, or just 32. Now let's work that out. Double check our answer. 32 over 2, does it equal 4? Well, 32 divided by 2 is 16, and the square root of 16 is actually 4. So it does work out. Everything is looking good. Now we have 2 radicals, which might seem like it's going to be quite a bit of work, but when we square one side and end up squaring the other, both of those radicals end up canceling out. We are just left with what is on the inside. So notice that I'm not changing any numbers. I'm just copying the inside of those radicals. Next, I'm going to get rid of the x by subtracting x. So that gets rid of that. And just so that we don't have anything missing on the other side, let's just move the 13. We're going to add 13 and remove that 13. So I got my x's on the left side and my constants on the right. When I do that, I have 3 minus x, which is 2x, is equal to negative 3 plus 13 ends up being 10. I have one final step, and that is to get rid of this 2 by dividing both sides by 2, and I get x equals 5. So double checking my answer, square root 3 times 5 minus 13, does it equal the square root of 5 minus 3? So this ends up being 15 minus 13, which is going to be the square root of 2. Looking at the other side, 5 minus 3, that's also the square root of 2. No need to actually put that in the calculator. Square root of 2 obviously equals the square root of 2. Therefore, I know that 5 is the correct answer.